Yep, I do.
Go for it.
Okay. Today is January 16th, I believe. We are doing the On Fire Empire call. We are gonna hear from some awesome coaches today about their first time at Super Saturday. For those of you guys that don't know what a Super Saturday is, we have them every few months. How many do we have a year?
There used to be 4, but now there's 3.
Okay. So a Super Saturday is kind of like this mini like pep rally sort of thing where we have like some leaders come and do some inspirational, like, usually like a inspirational speech, and then we'll have like really cool announcements and usually have some sort of training, and then we have like a group workout, and if you're lucky you get to work out with somebody like really cool. Like we got to work out with Chris Downing in Portland, Oregon. And Renee and I went to our first Super Saturday a year and a half ago, and we went to Portland, Oregon, and it was me and her and one other coach. And so it was a really cool moment getting to go to this last Super Saturday because we had 18 girls with us. And so getting to see our team grow was just like amazing. We just kept looking at each other like, is this really happening? Like, this is so awesome. So it was really, really amazing. Like, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. It was so awesome. And then seeing like girls, Bree going and Bonnie going in other states was just like super exciting. So they're all over the country. It's really easy to find one near you. And so the whole point of this call is you need to get to one because they're super inspiring, and the girls are going to tell you why. They're going to share with you their takeaways, what they got out of it, what special nuggets they got out of it. And I'm just super excited to hear about, from their mouths what they got. And I have to say, when I first came back from my first one, I messaged Haley and I said, would it be okay if I went live on the page and shared about my first Super Saturday? And she was like, yeah, you don't have to ask to go live, dude. So that was like, I was super excited. This was Haley's idea to have you guys speak. So I'm super excited to hear from you guys. So we're going to have Megan go first. Megan Wiles went to Portland with us. So Megan, you're up. You got to unmute yourself.
I know. I actually did that. And not while my baby is nursing, making all these crazy noises.
Do you want to wait?
No, she's fine right now.
Oh, okay.
So just to introduce myself to some of you that don't know me, I'm Megan Wiles. I am friends with Logan. And that's how I ended up in this group. So going to Super Saturday was very, very inspiring to me. And there were 2 things that I really took away from it. One, first of all, like just having the community and being with all of you girls, or, a lot of you, was so amazing. I'm a nurse and I work in the hospital. I work around a lot of women, but I don't have like a community of, sorry, that's my kid. I don't have a community of women that are super close, that I'm super close with. And so just to be able to have all of you guys, such the positivity in my life is so amazing to me. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite part. So Super Saturday was a little interesting for me. I was having some back issues, so I didn't get to work out. So that unfortunately was not my favorite part. Sorry, my kid's gonna get my computer. So I really am a little bit of a deeper thinker, and one of my favorite parts was when Chris Downing, one of the women, had been in Shift Shop's test group with him, and apparently she had, like, in the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks of the program, or obviously not 3 weeks, the first couple of days of the program, she messaged him and said that she was having a problem with her nutrition, and his response was, you're not having a problem with your nutrition. What else is going on in your life? There's something else going on. And she, you know, like, of course, had something else going on that she told him about. And so basically what he said to her was, read more personal development. Like, there's something else going on in your life. You're not struggling with nutrition. People don't struggle with motivation. You don't struggle with those things. You're struggling with something else. And he instructed her to go read personal development. And it's so funny because Logan does this to me all the time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. She's like, what personal development are you reading? Like, you gotta, you know, change up, do something else, whatever. So that was really, really my favorite part. And my biggest takeaway was how important personal development is in our journeys. So that's it.
I have to unmute myself to talk. That's super awesome. I loved that part too. I remember him saying that and about, you're struggling with loving yourself, and I was like, oh, like gut punch. Like, yeah, that was a super great part, and I actually got to use that on one of my challengers last night, so awesome. Okay, so Kelsey, is Kelsey here? Yeah, where's she at?
Yep, I made it.
All right, Kels, you want to share with us what your takeaways are?
Yeah, I really liked when they showed the video and of the gal who had just kind of started it as her part-time hustle. And I loved that she took that point of view, and that's what she started with. Like, we know that you and Logan and Renee and Haley and all of these other women are just rock star coaches. And that is so fabulous, but that's not, I mean, in reality, it's not going to be everyone. So, I mean, if you want to start with your part-time hustle and you want to be, you know, a 5-star diamond, or if you just want to be a diamond or a ruby, I think that that is a great way to look at it. And you're only going to get out what you put in. So, you know, she used the example, if you're going to put in an hour a day, don't expect to, you know, grow to a diamond overnight. It's just not going to happen. So try to remember, you know, if that's not your idea of what's going to work, if that's not the time that you're going to put into it, you're not going to get it out.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that part, because I feel like we try to say that and it comes off like that we don't mean it sometimes, and we really, really do. Like, we want you guys, we want to meet you guys always like where you're at and to fit this in your life the way that you see it. And if you just want to do this part-time, it really can like fill this like purpose for you where you get to help people and you get to make a little income on the side. And I loved what she said about the part-time hustle. Like, I thought it was super awesome. And there's so many coaches that do this part-time, not full-time, and it fulfills like a piece of their life in a really big way. So thanks, Kels. Shayna, you want to share with us?
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Am I muted? Okay. So I was thinking about it, and my biggest takeaway was Chris Downing in the very beginning had talked about like a mouse in a maze. So when you put a mouse in a maze and he constantly is hitting walls and turning around and hitting other walls and turning around and hitting all these obstacles, he talked about how until you find out who you are and what you want, you're going to constantly hit those walls. And it kind of hit me because this last year, I took this last year and did a lot of personal development and tried to find who I was again and what I wanted. And now I can see that straight path. And he talked about once you see that straight path, you'll know exactly how to get there. And I feel like that really hit me because this last couple of years, like, me and my husband like to travel. And so we were traveling and we want to do that with our kids. And I was kind of hitting these walls, like, how do I do that? How would we do that? And people would always say, like, well, I want to do that. Like, I wish I could do that. Well, you can do that, and you can do anything you want. You just have to figure out how and who you are and what you really want, and that path will be there for you. So that was my biggest takeaway.
I love that. I got so excited because I looked over at Shayna during Super Saturday and I could just like see it, like, you know, like you could just see that like fire. And yeah, that's super awesome, Shayna. Like, I'm so happy for you. So I totally see that for you, and I know you know that we see that for you, and I'm so happy that you're starting to see that for yourself. Tressa, you want to go next?
Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I had so many takeaways from Super Saturday. I don't know if you were there with me and you guys like saw me like just like hunched over, like scribbling, like just writing all the things down. Like the whole like Super Saturday was a takeaway for me. First of all, just the energy. Like it's really hard to not get excited when you're at Super Saturday. Like there's so much going on. There's like the trainer and the swag is all over the place and the music is pumping and there's people laughing and they're chatting and taking pics. The whole thing was just like super magnetic and I really, really dug it. The funniest thing was walking into this room and seeing all of these girls like talking to their phones. The things that we do in our own houses, like privately, you walk into a room and everyone's doing it like it's nothing. Like it was just the funniest thing to me. I was dying. But there was just so much positive energy and it was just like a celebration of people and their achievements, like weight loss achievements, business achievements. And it was super eye-opening to kind of understand and realize and see firsthand what we're a part of and what this company is really about and, you know, truly about. So I thought that was just super awesome. I love the personal development and the goal setting. That was huge for me. I think it's something that's so nice to be able to do. We all kind of like maybe know what our goals are, but we don't always get a chance to sit down and think on those goals and develop them. You know, we're moms, we're wives, we're girlfriends and daughters and sisters and friends. Some of us work, some of us stay home, but we don't just have time to stop and sit and write about what we want, how to accomplish it, what we're going to do to accomplish it. Like just that time for me to sit and actually put pen to paper was super gratifying and just very like necessary when it came to thinking about what my goals are, like personal goals, fitness goals, business goals, all of it. It was just awesome. They put a lot of emphasis on personal development, which I thought was super cool, with book recommendations and just how important it really is to, you know, build yourself as a whole. You know, this is a fitness market company, but they are really just trying to help people from the inside out. I really love that too. But I think I feel like I came away from Super Saturday with like a renewed sense of direction and passion, not just about my coaching business, but also about health and fitness in general, mine, and also just the need to help people too. And like a renewed sense of desire to just live a purposeful life in all areas. It just was super enriching to go to that and be a part of it and see everybody else doing the same things that we're all doing. And in a business sense, I think it also helped me too, to feel like I now have direction and where I want to go and a goal to accomplish. Kind of reminded me why I started coaching all over again, and brought me back to my roots to help people, you know, with their health, show people how they can do it. You know, Beachbody's been life-changing for me, and I feel like not sharing it has, or like not sharing it with people is almost doing them a disservice. So it's like, I just want to share and motivate and, you know, love and inspire people and give what, you know, we all got when we first joined. So it was just kind of like nice to bring it all back home and sort of remind me why I'm doing this.
That's so awesome, Dressa. Like every time that you go to a Beachbody event and you get yourself surrounded, you are reminded of your why. You are reminded why you started. And that's why we recommend getting surrounded every single chance you can. It's the best feeling. And I love what you said about like the energy in there. It's like hard to explain, right? I was nervous to go the first time. You know, I was really new and I hardly lost any weight. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be around all these girls that look like health and fitness girls and I'm not going to fit in. And I got there and looked around, and everyone was different shapes and sizes and colors and women and men and heights, and everyone was just cheering each other on. And it was like the most amazing environment. So it really is hard to explain. You did a really good job. Huh?
Can you guys hear me okay? Can I say something really quick? Just on that like topic of events and stuff. Last February, I got invited to go to the New Leader Conference in LA. Haley had been the year before me and went all by herself. I flew to LA all by myself, which I don't do. Like, I don't go places by myself with people I don't know, and I flew to LA by myself to go to this conference with 300 other coaches that I didn't know, that I'd never met before. And I was scared, but like when you're there, even though I didn't know anybody, like you're just with family. Like everybody is so welcoming. Even though we're all on different teams, we're all the same team. We're all one big family there to like learn and grow together. Leslie's about to go to the conference this year, and I want to cry. I want to go with her so bad because it was like one of the best experiences of my life, and I'm like so excited. I mean, you guys can feel the passion oozing from Leslie like through the computer now. Like, just wait till she gets back from this conference. It's gonna like be electric. But yeah, that's the thing about events. Like, you can literally go to an event like Bonnie did and like Bree did by yourself and not know anybody and still come out of there with new friends. So I'm going to mute now so you don't have to hear her cry.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared, but mostly excited. All right, awesome. Heather, you're up. And by the way, I'm in love with your hair.
Oh, thanks. I'm not used to it yet. I guess for me, like the first thing I guess for me personally is just that I'm an introvert. I kind of keep to myself and with my small circle. And so like just Beachbody and this journey in general has been like huge for me, like really putting myself out there. So like going to this Super Saturday was like super nerve-wracking for me because I didn't really know anybody personally. Like I know you all and I love you all because we're on the same group, but like it was like you were saying, even going to LA, like I didn't know anybody really. And so but it was just amazing like how close we could become in such a short amount of time, and just like putting all of our like anxieties and fears aside, like I would never have worked out in front of anybody. Like I hated going to the gym or anything. So the fact that we had to go and work out with, Chris Downing was huge. And so I guess when he spoke and told his story and just like Tressa was saying, like, or no, I don't know, somebody was saying about the maze, just that like we can focus on those roadblocks all the time and we then are not focusing on the prize and how it's our birthright. Like it's not just, our choice, it's like our birthright. We should be going after, everything that we can be. And so like when he talked about like getting serious about your purpose and focusing on your why more than focusing on your struggles, that was huge for me because I tend to be like, oh, well, I'm too nervous, or oh, I'm this, or oh, I'm that. And so focusing on those things take away from, our purpose. So I thought that was huge. And then also how we can find the needs of other people that way and finding out, what their struggles are and making sure that those are addressed because of like personal development and stuff. Because he said like, he gave the example of the lady that like lost all this weight, but she never took care of the root of her problems. And so she gained it back. And so like the fact that she kept going on these great fitness journeys was awesome, but she never dealt with like the issue that, the emotion that went with it. And so that was big for me, and just that we are a brand and, we need to wear that every day and really focus on our identity every day. That was huge for me, and how he wrote a letter. So I think like for me, like that might be something that I need to do, is write a letter and like really think about that every day, is my identity and my why and all of that, so I can stay focused. And then I love the goal setting because it wasn't just about the business and Beachbody and where we wanted to go. It was also about, what our joy goal was. And I love that because mine is my family. It's my husband, it's my kids. It's, that's what brings me joy. And I want that time with them. And that ties in with my business goal because like I want to be able to be with them at home when they're home and not working or out of the house or doing those kind of things. And so my business goal, like helping other people and having them find, what we have is huge for me, but it's also just being able to find joy in my family and being with them more. So I love that it was broken down, like, who do you need to help you with this? Because the theme over and over was usually like my husband and my coach and my tribe. It was like, those are the people that I need to help me reach my goals. So
awesome. I love that one of your takeaways was finding the root because you're so good at that. Yes, you are. I think that you have a gift at like finding people's like root issues and collecting stories, Heather. I think you're amazing at it. And I love that you are sharing that you're introverted because that is an amazing example that anyone can do this. Like, I talk about that sometimes on my page that, hey, I'm wild and crazy and obviously not introverted, but people don't have to be like me, like you're going to reach the Heathers and I'm going to reach the Leslies and so on. And you are obviously very successful at what you're doing. You're helping a lot of people. I mean, you're almost diamond girlfriend. So you know what I mean? You're changing a lot of lives. And so a coach doesn't have to look a certain way or act a certain way or be a certain way. And I really love that you shared that because I think it's really important to like bring home. On that note, introvertedness, Heidi, you're up.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So a lot of what I took away, some people have already said, so you guys are just going to have to hear it again. Some of my big takeaways were just getting to know everybody and knowing that we're all in this together and we all have the same goal in mind. And it was just awesome getting to meet everybody that I've been following and admiring and being inspired by online, getting to meet them. And like, they're just regular women just like me with goals and dreams and big plans. And they just want to help. And that was awesome. And then from Super Saturday itself, with Chris Downing, it was just his whole thing about how it's not a weight problem. It's a something else problem. And finding out that something else is kind of where you need to be working. So that was just that big thing, and getting to work out with him was awesome. And yeah, so it was great. I think that's about it.
Awesome. Heidi, I hope you don't care that you shared with me that you're introverted, and I just
yes, very much.
But like, I would have never known that until she told me that. Like, sometimes you can't even tell that people are introverted. Is that true? Like, do you guys feel that way? That like sometimes people are introverted and they can totally fake it and you don't even know it? I've known Heidi since we were 17 years old. Like, I was like, you're what? You're introverted? Like, I don't even know. Maybe I'm like totally lost. So anyways, I was just like, I was blown away when she told me that, but I was like, girl, I would have never guessed. But she's obviously doing a great job of stepping out of her comfort zone. So seriously, I applaud people who are introverted and step out of their comfort zone because I'm sure that's scary as shit. Okay. Like, because I know it's like seriously scary for me to step out of my comfort zone. I can only imagine like if you're like even more afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Like, that's scary. Okay, Bree, where'd you go? You went to Dallas? Is that right?
Yes, Dallas.
Awesome. Tell us about it.
Well, it was great. I think the energy was a big part of it. There were lots of hiccups. The venue didn't allow for music or even the video, but just the energy that the speaker brought was just amazing, and she made it just super fun. And, instead of the music, when everyone was announcing their rank advancements and stuff, everyone was like standing up and clapping. And so it was amazing. I guess, kind of two takeaways. We had a new nutritionalist come and talk to us. And one of the questions they asked him is like, why Shakeology every day? And I know I personally sometimes struggle with why, because I know nothing about food science stuff. And he basically said that it's a nutritional safety net. And I just thought that was a really great way to put that. I've used it a couple of times since then, and it actually works pretty well because they're like, oh, okay, I can get that because it makes sense. It kind of fills the gaps that you don't really think about. And then Autumn was there and was just hilarious during her speech. And she gave us 4 tips and things to remember for 2018. And so I'm just going to go through them really quick because they were also, I took like 2 pages of notes during it, but I'll just summarize it really quick. The first one was remember you're not powerless and you have to take back your power. The second one was there is no end date and there's no expiration date to your health and fitness. It's just a shift in mindset. I really liked that one. And then third was don't be a when I ... person and start celebrating your life now and be thankful for what you have and who you are. And then number 4 was stop quitting on yourself. You always have a choice. So I guess, those were my 2 biggest, I guess really 6, 5, I can't count, but takeaways.
So what was your favorite one and why?
Of the 4? Of the 4?
Yeah.
Oh man. I would say number 3 because I'm the type of person, I'm very much so a planner, and so I need to stop saying like, well, when I do this or get this or reach this, I just need to be more present and start celebrating now. So that was my favorite. But they're all great. I was just like, oh my gosh. And she went into a lot of detail on, not detail, but just like backstory on some of them, and it was really good.
So I would freaking love it if you went live in the group and like summarized what you learned.
Okay, I can do that.
And I just want to personally give her a shout out because Casey Collins and I were both supposed to be there with her. And I ended up having to do Christmas with Brock's family that weekend, which is also Bree's family. We're cousin-in-laws, in case anybody wondered why we have the same last name. And then Casey came down with like horrible sickness. So Bree still went all by her, well, not all by herself.
I made my mom come with me.
But
which was also great.
Yes, but she could have totally been like, well, they're not coming. I'm just going to stay home today because it was on a Sunday. So I'm just so happy and thrilled that she still went.
Thanks. I am too.
Good.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I want to hear more about what Autumn said. I love the remember you're not powerless because that's part of my why. So I love that word.
I tried recording it, but the audio was so bad you couldn't understand it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So I just took a lot of notes, but I'll share them on the team page.
I'm sure Danielle Natoni did just fine.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. That's who it was. She was hilarious. Amazing. It's like, gosh, she got a lot of energy.
We had her at the last Super Saturday and she was pretty fabulous.
Yes.
All right. So Miss Bonnie
was also there.
What?
Doug Moss. Doug was there from corporate, and they were celebrating Melissa McAllister since she was a top 10 team. So there was like a lot of recognition and like big people there at the Dallas one.
And Ashley's birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bonnie is probably, she was the newest of the girls talking today who went to a Super Saturday went on her own, which is fabulous. And Bonnie went to Scottsdale, right?
Yeah, it was in Scottsdale.
Awesome. So
you guys hear me?
And Bonnie is the first one of us, right? Haley, do you have a picture with Carl? You do. Okay. Well, Haley's the only other one. None of us have pictures with Carl. Bonnie wants
before Bonnie went, she looked up the event and she's like, "Oh, who's this guy that's like speaking at my Super Saturday?"
Like, I don't know who he is.
He's the guy.
Yeah,
Logan, you don't have a picture with him?
No.
From New Leaders
I
Conference?
told Bonnie, I'm a little bitter.
Drink with him.
Oh, you
No,
win.
but when we were walking into the Success Club party at Summit, he walked by us and Logan goes, "Oh, hey, Carl." And he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
And he's
Yeah.
so short.
Like,
So,
I acted
yeah.
like we were old friends. Guys, you fake it to
Yeah.
make it. 'Cause I ain't made it yet, but I fake it like Carl and I are BFFs and he knows who I am.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
good.
guys
He's
should
gonna
have
know me
seen us
someday.
faking it. It was pretty funny. Yeah. I loved how somebody wrote on your post, "Is that Lance Armstrong?"
I was like, sure. Yes.
I got a picture with Lance Armstrong.
Is he still around? Like, is he a thing? I don't even know. I was like, people.
Anyways, I can't wait to hear about
Jordan. I
Saturday.
was trying not to pee my pants. Once I figured out who he was, I was like, oh shit, okay, I definitely have to go.
Oh, and then the best part was Jordan screenshotting all the Snapchats of you by all the famous people, and you don't even know who these people are.
I was like, yeah, sure. I don't, guys, I don't know. It was like, and then I was so nervous, and everyone kept saying how proud of me they were to go by myself, and I was like, that's not helping. Like, please stop saying that. Anyways, it was wonderful. I don't like these headphones. Sorry. Again, I didn't know who he was, so I was like, before I did my research, and then I was like, yes, I have to go, because I was kind of like back and forth. Don't want to go, want to go, don't want to go, want to go. So I was like, I have to go. And I went, and the energy and the family, like Logan said, was just people I didn't even know. Now we're Instagram friends, and we send messages all the time. And sorry, I'm Italian and I talk with my hands, so don't mind me. I guess the one thing that really, really hit me was Carl's story, and kind of how he started doing something, and after his like first big like full-time job was done, like his first event that he did, and he was like, I don't want to do this. And I was like, okay. He's like, I want something more. And I'm a teacher, which is pretty much up there with doing a lot for people. But I just feel like I need something more. And to hear somebody else say that they wanted something more, just really like, I was like, okay, I can do something more. Maybe my calling isn't to teach children. Maybe it's to teach adults how to live better lives. I don't know. And again, you guys, I'm so naive and I'm so new. I didn't even know the mission statement. I had no idea. And he said it, and I was like, trying to like write it down, and like I'm like, wait, say it again. I don't know what you just said. Like crying, trying to write this down. So I taped him, and I got a good one because I was in the second row because I got there early. But the mission statement, to help people achieve their goals, to lead healthy, fulfilling lives, like what more could you want? Like that is it. So I was just like, okay. I mean, and then he made this comment about how we're the people that can help this spiral of morbid obesity, and like just how big it is. It's so much bigger than anything that I could even like teaching reading to a 6-year-old. It's so much bigger than that. So much bigger than that. So I don't know. And then Ashley, right? Isn't that her name? I'm forgetting her name. Yeah, Ashley Molstad, the number 2 coach in the company, was there as well. She just moved here. I think I'm gonna like stalk her and become her bestie. It's my goal in life. Just how she's just unapologetically herself. She's just her. And she just had a baby. I'm sure you all know that because you probably all follow her because you guys are good at this stuff. I'm getting there. She just had a baby, and they brought out this like tray of champagne flutes. And I was like, I want champagne because champagne's like my jam. And she like, you know, they toasted her because she's number 2, whatever. And then there was like champagne left over. And like halfway through the next person's speech, I like see her like creep up and like go grab the champagne flute and like look at the people like, can I have this? And I'm like, yes, that's my girl. And she's like, I'm not going to apologize. Like, I like champagne. I'm going to cuss. I'm going to do me. And I was like, oh, still trying to figure out what my me is, but I'll get there. but yeah, she said like 5 things that aren't Beachbody. Don't sell Beachbody. She even looked at Carl and said, sorry, I'm not sorry, but I don't sell Beachbody. Even if I help one person get up and go for a run, or one person, you know, put down the wine or put down the pizza, that's a win for me. I don't have to sell them anything for me to be successful. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was awesome. I can't wait for the next one.
Can you keep going? Just keep talking. We're all just like entranced. Like, and I think most of us are crying because it's just like, it's so true what you said. And like pulling back to the mission statement, like helping other people, you know, reach their goals to live a healthy, fulfilling life. And you guys, like, I can't like express the feeling that you get as a coach when you see that light bulb turn on in someone else that you helped, that you personally had a part in. When I hear, you know, Leslie tell her story, when I hear Bonnie talking about how she wanted something more, when I hear Shayna talking about her dreams of traveling with her family and how they're finally becoming a reality, when I hear my best friend Megan from when I was 15 years old talking about how she finally has this like girl community that she's always wanted, when I hear Jordan, when I was at Summit with Jordan and got to watch her on stage in front of like 800 people speak to how this journey and this team has changed her life. I don't even know half of what she said because I was sobbing so hard the whole time because I couldn't believe that that was like my girl up there on a stage, like telling everybody about how this journey saved her marriage with her husband because of how it shifted her mindset and how she felt about herself. Like that's why it's so much more than just health and fitness or just Beachbody on Demand or just Shakeology or just Success Club points. Like it's changing people's lives. And there aren't many professions that you can do out there that directly impact and change people's lives while you get to work with your best friends, because all my best friends are on this call right now. Like, you get to choose the people in the tribe that you work with. You get to do it from home or on vacation, like on your schedule with your babies, like crawling at your feet or squeezing it into the cracks of your other job that you're working. But it's on your terms and it means something because it changes other people's lives. Like, and getting to events is what reminds you of that, because sometimes the daily grind and the hustle of coaching can get exhausting, even for those of us that have been doing it for a couple years. But that's why we emphasize so much, even if it's just getting together, you know, with a few coaches locally, getting on our team calls to just get yourself surrounded again, getting to any sort of Beachbody sponsored event like Super Saturday or Summit, because it just refreshes and revitalizes you and reminds you why you signed up to do this in the first place and why it means something, why it matters. And it changed your life and you get to help change other people's lives. So someone else can go now.
I was just going to say, after Bonnie, what you were sharing about Ashley, about her being unapologetically her, just promise me that that's what you're going to try to do. And don't lose that, okay? Because we all love you. You are magnetic. You're amazing, okay? And you are seriously, like, going to make such an impact. Like, I feel that way about all of you. And, like, when you figure out how to be you and show up and let your real self be seen, like, that's when the magic happens, you guys. That's when the magic happens. If you can show up and be vulnerable and let yourself be seen and not give a shit about what other people think, that's when the magic happens. I was the girl that cared way too much about what other people thought. I overanalyzed everything I said, everything I did, saw how many likes everything got. Oh my God, I shouldn't have posted that. Oh my God, so-and-so's mad at me. Overanalyzed everything. This like opportunity like freed me from that. Now, like I was talking to Jen Aker on the phone today. I'm like putting on my mascara and I was like, man, I haven't seen, you know, Susie's post lately. I wonder if she deleted me. I should go check. Nah, I don't give a shit. like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like this freeing, like, you can just be you. And like when you share that about Ashley, you see that about her, and that's like attractive, right? That she can just be her. Like there's this confidence that is like, holy crap, I wish I could just step out and be myself. And like and I get what you're saying, like, okay, I don't really know who I am, right? Like, okay, gotta figure that out a little bit. But that's what this opportunity allows you to do. And you're gonna start, I mean, champagne's your jam. There we go. But you guys, it starts with just showing up and just being vulnerable and letting yourself be seen. And, you know, you got like the best fan club ever right here. So anyways, thanks for making me bawl my eyes out, Logan. That's embarrassing. Does anybody have any questions like for any of the girls that talked or about Super Saturday? I didn't read any of that.
To touch on Summit and like that opportunity, because the tickets to get there and everything, the price goes up at the end of this month. And Super Saturday is like, obviously hearing from these girls, if you haven't been to one, you can tell how impactful they are. And they are just like a speck of sand compared to Summit, honestly. Summit, I know some of you guys were asking, you know, what Summit is. It is our annual coach conference, and we get together and have a lot of Super Saturdays all together. We get together, there's a lot of parties, there's a lot of trainings. We get to hang out with our best friends. There's a lot of recognition parties. There is, we get to hear about brand new things that are coming up for the year. We get, like I said, trainings from all of these amazing top coaches in the network that have been here for a long time, coaches that are newer but that are making headway with their businesses. And it is just an incredible, fast-paced, jam-packed couple of days that honestly will change your business, change just how you feel about it, whether you are wanting to build this, you know, business in a way that can support your family, or whether you're just enjoying hanging out with friends. I really encourage you guys, if you have not purchased a ticket for Summit, do it. And commit to being there with us. It's in Indianapolis, the weekend of June. Do y'all remember? 22nd, 23rd, I think is what it is. Yep. So June 21st and 22nd, 23rd is that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to have, you know, we'll probably have like team dinners, because there's going to be several of us there this year, which is really exciting. The first year we went, there were three of us, there were four of us. It was me and Logan and two other coaches who are kind of taking a break, but that's okay. But there were four of us, and it was so much fun. And we were in a house full of girls. Logan had to sleep on the couch because she was like the last one there. But it was so much fun. And it was the first time I had ever got to be with Logan in person. And it's kind of one of those surreal things. Like, I know, who was it? Heather was saying, you know, it's like I knew these people, but I don't really know these people. And, you know, it was just like, it was just like we just picked up like we had been friends for the last 25 years. Like it's just such an incredible experience to get surrounded in person by these people, by you guys that we get to hang out with every single week. So I like I said, I encourage you guys to make that commitment, be there with us. We've got rooms that we are going to fill our team with. And oh yes, Logan, we almost had to have like a double date Zoom conference with me and Brock and Logan and Levi so that Levi would let Logan come because he wanted to make sure like I wasn't some like creep, I guess. But anyway, who on here has tickets for it? Wow, I don't see enough hands being raised right now. We'll post some stuff in the team page. We'll share where you can get your tickets. We'll share some information about it. And I think the price goes up at the end of this month. I think it's $145 right now. You can earn your ticket if you hit Success Club the first 3 months. You are a coach, so if you're brand new, that's something you can look into. But what else? I know you guys want to add some things. I didn't get to go this year because I was very pregnant, and it was really hard. But I don't know. It's just something you don't want to miss out on.
One big thing for me, because like, I'm all about the prizes and the free stuff and the recognition and whatnot. Like a huge thing for me, a big goal that I made was to hit diamond by the recognition period, because then you get to go and like you get all these fancy medals and all this shiny blingy stuff. And I was like, oh hell yeah. I'm all about it, that was like a big push goal for me, was to do that. And I did it last year, and I have 3 more weeks and hopefully I'll get that 1 star for this year. But that was a big thing for me. And one other thing I was going to mention earlier, like a huge takeaway from Summit last year for me was just the fact that when you go and you get to see all of these, like you get to see Carl and you get to see all these other big dogs of the company, they really make you feel a part. Like they make it feel like this is not just some company that you work for. Like you are Beachbody. Like you are in this with all of them. Like there's no, I'm up here, you're down here. We're all on the same playing field, and we are family. Like I really, really felt that last year. And that is something that just, it like fills your cup. I mean, gosh dang, I just felt so good. I was so mad that I had to leave early last year because like I was only there for like 2.5 days. I didn't even get to stay the whole time. And I was still like, holy crap, this is amazing, So to stay the whole time is, I mean, like you're going to be worn out just from being so excited and happy and pumped up the whole time. Not because you don't sleep the whole time. I mean, that's a second, but yeah.
So true. It's so fun. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions about that or about Super Saturday and I encourage you guys, I know there was a big group that went to Portland this time, but like Bree and Bonnie going by themselves, like I encourage you guys, like even if you're not in an area where there's a lot of us together, like still go. My first Super Saturday, I signed up on a Thursday and I went to Super Saturday that Saturday, like 2 days later. And it was in little bitty Amarillo, Texas. And there were 25 people there. And we were in like this garage that was turned into like a gym because she was a personal trainer. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I mean, now I'm like, man, it's so corny. We don't have any cool ones around here. I have to drive to Dallas, whatever. But just know, one, that yours may not have like a super trainer or like a speaker and one of the top 10 coaches, but it is still so valuable to get surrounded by people who are in your area, who you can connect with, to see the video from corporate, to get that recognition of being a coach. And so I really just encourage you guys, even if you feel like you're not somewhere that's going to have a big one, or not somewhere that's going to be with a lot of people that you know, to still get there and still go and see what it's all about, and then be prepared for Summit. One other opportunity to get surrounded by coaches and have a lot of fun is our Success Club trips. And this is something that you do have to earn, but you know, it's just about helping people. So the more people you help each month and get involved in our challenge groups and get on our team and get them helping people, that opportunity of getting invited to a Success Club trip is going to become a reality for you. If you earned any Success Club points in 2017, I really encourage you guys to go sign up for the opt-in list for the cruise. They're doing it a little bit different. They've done it different the whole time I've been here. But this year, they're not making a list of just everybody. You have to be on that opt-in list to be on the list. Elite and Premier and Legends, and so Logan's already has a room because she's a freaking rock star with her Legend status, which means, if you guys don't know, that means she has held Success Club for 2 years in a row, 24 plus months. What is it, 30 now? 24, yeah, which is freaking amazing. So she obviously earned getting to get her room ahead of everybody else, and there's a couple other tiers there, but then it's going to be opened up. They're going to make a list from highest Success Club earner all the way down, as long as you are on that opt-in list, and then you'll get invited off. And don't think that just because you didn't earn much last year, like, get on that list. You never know. There are people being invited off. Like, I think Logan got invited to, was it Punta Cana, or was it?
I was like 14,000 on the wait list for Punta Cana, and I still got invited off. I wasn't able to go at that point because we were trying for Miss Lily, and I didn't want to get Zika. But so I had to decline it. But I was, like 14,000 on the wait list and still got invited off. So there's a chance. Give up hope.
It's a fun time. If you're earning Success Club points, you can have it completely paid for it. You can have it partially paid for it, depending on how many people you help throughout the year is going to impact, how free the trip is going to be. But just to get surrounded by people, have a lot of fun. Corporate is there, the top coaches are there. There's like a little bit of like training that is optional, where they just talk about kind of the vision, and maybe like when I went on the cruise 2 years ago, I was Megan's guest, which was absolutely incredible. Talk about being scared shitless. I didn't know anybody, like nobody. Megan was the only person I knew, and I knew her from the internet, and I was going on this cruise with her, and Brock was like, well, I hope you come back. I'm like, yeah. But it was just so much fun getting to work out with the trainers every morning, getting to like bump into Summer and Melanie and all these like coaches that you like totally like feel like they're like these famous people. But it is just so much fun, and it's a trip you get to earn for your family, you guys. I'm taking Brock this year, which is so much fun because with his job, he earns us trips all the time, and this time I'm taking him. And our kids could come, but we're not taking them because we need a break from our kids. But there's so many people that bring their kids and make it their family trip, and so that's another opportunity to get surrounded by people. And I think that's kind of what we wanted to talk about on this call tonight, just the importance of going to events. And even if it's not like your thing, like you'd rather stay at home, like I totally get it. I'm kind of that way too, but these will rock your world and rock your business. And I just encourage you guys to go look, see when the next Super Saturday is. look and see when Summit is. See if you can make that possible for you to get there. Get on the list for the Success Club trip and start getting new people involved this year so that you can be invited to the next one. All right, you guys, because being surrounded, that's huge. And having fun is even better, right? All right, do you guys have any questions before we hop off? No? Leslie, have anything to finish us off with? Are you good? Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate you guys taking the time away from your families. And thank you, ladies, so much for talking and for sharing with us what you guys took away from Super Saturday. I was so bummed I didn't get to go. So I really enjoy hearing you guys' takeaways. And I encourage you guys, go read your PD, because obviously we heard a lot about that today. So go get your PD book. If you don't already, go look and see when those dates are. Get yourself plugged in somewhere, and we will see you guys in the team page. All right. See y'all.